another episode of Amazon Ads Raw Daily. You might hear it from my sound, from my voice. The last, my voice is going to be cracked over that. So I feel a little daily dose of Amazon advertising, your daily dose of podcast. And today I wanted to talk about a little bit about retargeting, as I saw a post yesterday on retargeting strategy and flaws in retargeting, which was mainly but I had this is all so this allows you to see how much time does a customer needs from a click on your product detail page to purchase. And this is very interesting because you're getting different segments of time. I think it's I'm not 100 like different segments, and there was within 7 hours, within 24 hours, 2 days, 7 even better, and you get like the total time to purchase, and then you segment it yourself. That could also be possible, and we did the segmentation there. Found there, and which kind of the majority of the purchases look, they were done within the first 10 minutes. So that means when a customer comes to buy something, they are not really waiting 7 days, or they're not really waiting any day at all and compare. They come to Amazon, they compare, and within 10 minutes, they make the purchase decision. What does it mean for your retargeting ads? Well, essentially, they are not driving lots of incremental revenue, because 50% of all the customers you would retarget, or depending on how high the share is, but let's assume 50% of your customers buy within 10 minutes. Your targeting campaign would not be efficiently able to capture these people, right? They go to your product page, then they go to a competitor, then your retargeting campaign might already deliver, might not. I'm not sure how fast Amazon is actually doing that. And then they buy. So let's assume Amazon buy until they realize, hey, here are targeting ads. Within these 10 minutes, the customer already bought a competitor product. And the thing with the retargeting ads is you can exclude people who purchase your ASINs. So you're not targeting them again, but you cannot exclude people product, but then bought a competitor. So what I think is that targeting is somewhat skewed on the efficiency side because of that. People come to your listing, they're gonna customer, you set up all these retargeting campaigns, 7 days, 14 days, 30 days, and they made a purchase decision within the first 10 minutes, or maybe within the first hour, and bought a competitor, and you cannot exclude this purchase behavior. So you're still targeting those people. And that's something I see a lot on my Amazon account, my personal Amazon account as well, meaning I purchase something and I'm still getting like recommendations and ads from the product. And I feel like, man, I already bought that stuff. So don't give me another bike helmet. I'm only buying one bike helmet and not 10. So when you analyze your performance and you have access in cloud, maybe go into that cloud, see time to purchase. There's like instructional queries you can use for that. Download the data, segment it, have a look, think about your retargeting strategy. Does it really make sense to do like a 30-day or do you just want to do the short possible, which is I think 7 days. That's something I was thinking about, and I wanted to give it to you guys. Thought as well. The other thing I want to talk about today is more, let's say, in a itself, it's about a model on competency. So it's it's something which was created already 50 years ago. It's a model called the Competency model from Matthew Broadwell, and I was thinking about that because I'm not doing performance marketing since over 10 years. I almost entirely do performance marketing. I do a lot of BI data analyst stuff as well. A lot of techie stuff. I did a lot of integrations, Google Tag Manager integration, these kind of things. So with performance marketing, I had this feeling I'm good at it, I understand it, and so on and so forth. And then I realized, hey man, you might be very good, but you don't know all of that, and you don't know all of the answers. And now after 10 years, I'm in a mode where I think like I have a with it, and for my daily learnings on Amazon ads, but there's always more to learn, always, kind of more to close and more things to discover, more truths to different viewpoints. So I want to introduce you to this competency model because I think it's interesting. So there's 4 stages, you would say, where people would follow these stages when they run through, when moving from total novice to expert into any given craft, which could be like your performance marketing or whatever. And the first is conscious incompetence. That means that you're a total novice, a total starter, and you don't even know what you do. So you lack competency and you don't have an understanding of your own competency. That's very dangerous, most shit about stuff. Then the second level is the conscious incompetence. That means you are kind of aware, hey, I have gaps here, I miss knowledge in these areas. And you just lack competency and you don't have no, you're not lacking confidence. You know it, but you have not yet. You have to learn on your gaps. Then it's like you've, and this requires level to be at. And then the next comes, which I feel performance marketing is the unconscious competency. This is like the pinnacle of expert good competency. You could also say an extreme level of competency, and you can execute these things without any conscious effort. So in performance marketing is like I thought work usually, and I always have like an idea on these kind of things. But I still feel I'm not having always these ideas, so I might be somewhere in the middle, whatever. I think this model is kind of interesting to reflect your own clarity about where you are on a given skill or craft at any given moment. So when you think about what you know about this area of expertise, then you could try to put yourself in things in different areas. And it's important because people tend to overestimate their own competency levels. So they feel like they are very good at things. Maybe that's the reason why they're fake. interesting things. And I want to give some simple questions you can ask yourself, which just a question: am I aware of how bad I am at this and that? The next stage. All right. Now I'm not sure what happened, but I think my internet, which is not great for this hotel. Honestly, that's terrible. Let's see how that turns out eventually. That were recorded from a technical perspective. Like, can I do, constantly have I avoided rookie mistakes the last 10 times I've done it? And then next set is, can I do this, and that at the top 1% level with my eyes closed? Do people tell me that I look effortless when I'm doing it? Do people tell me, hey, you know lots of things on this stuff? You seem to be an expert in these kind of things. Yeah, and most of us will live on level 3. In order to master any craft or anything, you need to invest like at least 10,000 hours. For some things, at least for me, I invested 10,000 hours with marketing already, if I count all the hours I've worked. Obviously, this was not always spot on performance marketing. There's also lots of strategy and team leading stuff going into, so it's hard to say if I have had reached the 10,000 hours in particular in performance marketing. But yeah, so I like that kind of model, coming through the stages and being aware of your own level of competency, and don't overestimate yourself. I always try to be nimble, and with my own skill sets, I feel like I have so much to learn still, and I feel that's a good position for me to be in. Not saying I'm already achieved being the best of the best or whatever. I'm a daily learner, and I like that in that way. Looking at, and I can, well, call it a day for today. I have a one with great internet and a great microphone.